just like yesterday too. You had that fight to come back into it yesterday, and today it's our pitching and Danny. That's a game changer there in the fifth. And you got bases loaded. Those two hitters that are coming up, and Danny figures out a way to get out of it to pop up. It's just, and then a strikeout. He's done a great job, and stuff looked great today from pitch one. Fastball's coming out of his hand really well. Breaking ball was sharp down. Just everything he needed to feature, and had those timely hits, right? Moving guys around when we needed to, but two-strike single Mondi there to get us on the board. And guys adding late, and bullpen doing their thing. You can't ask for more.
And obviously in that fifth inning, the key at bat was Lindor. Danny, finding a way to get his four-seamer to get him to pop out.
Yeah, not an easy task, and you could tell Danny just from the very first pitch how bad he wanted to do his part for our club. And when you go on those rough runs, I love watching these starters say, "Hey, I'm the guy. Watch me. I'll give me the ball, and I'm going to put us in a good place." We saw that start with Brad. We saw the bullpen come in and figure out how to keep us in it yesterday. But Danny has been that way all season. He wants to be a guy that we rely on and depend on in big situations, and they don't get much bigger than that particular situation in the fifth.
And you've been Mondi's really biggest supporter here, as well he should be. But I mean, he comes through two strikes. Just what a huge at bat that was.
Yeah, his approach just looks so much better. You can tell. I mean, there's still going to be swing and misses in this game. It's just guys have great stuff, but his timing's right, his swing path looks right, body position looks really strong, and so it's good to see him get rewarded, and especially in those big situations. And we keep talking about two strikes because I'm watching really good two-strike approaches from a few different guys. Watching Nicky Lopez today too, he kind of had a short stroke from the very beginning, and was rewarded with 3 hits today. You look at Oliveras also, kind of hitting the ball all over the place and taking advantage of the opposite field. But there's no doubt when guys get more comfortable in that two-strike situation and that two-strike approach, that they seem to have a more comfortable bat all the way through.
We've talked all season about how good the bullpen has been, but and not just to single out Holly, but the things he's stepping in for Rosie right now and just doing a terrific job closing out games.
He is, and then obviously Barlow last night too, being able to do that.
Yeah.
Jesse Hahn, that was some really good stuff Jesse featured today. I mean, you could see the sink, the heavy sink, and the big break on the curveball. That's a legitimate piece to be added to the back of that pen, which will take off some of the load. And then Josh came in, was fantastic. Ball was jumping out of his hand really well today. And I know those are some arms that the league's not looking forward to facing. And Holly just continues to make really good pitches, and his stuff just keeps impressing me. That first pitch today, ball jumped out of his hand after going 2 for us yesterday, and he's in a really good place.
How important is it to have a guy like Holly to finish these games out? I mean, obviously what Jesse did and Josh did tonight is obviously important, but you also need a guy to have the experience and veteran leadership to finish a game off like that and not let it get out of hand.
Yeah, we've got a number of guys who have the stuff to be able to finish games, and they're probably going to get opportunities. There'll be situations where we're going to need Holly to get through that 8 in order to get through a really tough part of the lineup, or if there's a bad matchup. But a number of these other guys we're talking about should be able to close a game, and how you do that, one is by spending time with a guy who's been there, done that, and that's Greg Holland, and also getting those opportunities. So we'll continue to give guys spots, but Greg has certainly earned the highest leverage situations that we've got. He's the guy we want to go to.
Can we get him back?